Welcome to the Actuate Blockchain and Decentralized Finance Faucet, an innovative learn-to-earn program designed to educate and empower community members about blockchain technology and decentralized finance. Launched on December 2, 2023, this program incentivizes participants with Actuate tokens, or ACT, for their engagement and learning efforts. Our aim is to create a knowledgeable community proficient in blockchain and DeFi concepts, crucial in today's digital economy. Let's explore the key features of our program educational focus. We cover a comprehensive curriculum, including the basics of blockchain, principles of decentralized finance, use of digital wallets, navigating exchanges, and understanding liquidity pool. Recurring learning cycle. Our sessions are structured in a 4-week cycle with virtual learning lessons every Saturday, ensuring consistent learning. Incentivized learning participants earn Actuate tokens for completing lessons and demonstrating their understanding. This model motivates continuous learning and introduces practical use of blockchain tokens. Graduates of our program can transition into teaching roles, reinforcing their learning and educating new participants. Teachers also earn Actuate tokens, creating a self-sustaining educational ecosystem. Community empowerment. Our program empowers members with valuable skills in blockchain and DeFi, enabling them to leverage Actuate tokens for personal and professional growth. Here's how the Actuate blockchain and DeFi faucet works. Structured learning program. Over 4 weeks, participants delve into various aspects of blockchain and DeFi. Week 1, Introduction to Blockchain. Basics of blockchain technology, its history, and fundamental principles. Week 2, Introduction to DeFi. Essentials of decentralized finance, smart contracts, DeFi platforms, and applications. Week 3, Digital wallets and exchanges. Setting up and using digital wallets and trading on cryptocurrency exchanges. Week 4, Advanced DeFi concepts. Exploring liquidity pools, risk management, and security in DeFi. Weekly interactive sessions. Every Saturday we conduct interactive sessions blending lectures, discussions, and hands-on activities. Incentivized learning with Actuate tokens. Participants earn Actuate tokens for their engagement, providing practical experience in managing digital assets. Pathway to teaching. Graduates can become teachers, undergoing a brief training module and earning Actuate tokens for their contributions. The Actuate blockchain and DeFi faucet is more than an educational program. It's a catalyst for disseminating practical knowledge and fostering a community well-versed in digital innovations. Join us in shaping the future of blockchain and decentralized finance within the African context. Welcome to the Actuate Blockchain and Decentralized Finance Faucet, an innovative learn-to-earn program designed to educate and empower community members about blockchain technology and decentralized finance. Launched on December 2, 2023, this program incentivizes participants with Actuate tokens, or ACT, for their engagement and learning efforts. Our aim is to create a knowledgeable community proficient in blockchain and DeFi concepts, crucial in today's digital economy. Let's explore the key features of our program educational focus. We cover a comprehensive curriculum, including the basics of blockchain, principles of decentralized finance, use of digital wallets, navigating exchanges, and understanding liquidity pool. Recurring learning cycle. Our sessions are structured in a 4-week cycle with virtual learning lessons every Saturday, ensuring consistent learning. Incentivized learning participants earn Actuate tokens for completing lessons and demonstrating their understanding. This model motivates continuous learning and introduces practical use of blockchain tokens. Graduates of our program can transition into teaching roles, reinforcing their learning and educating new participants. Teachers also earn Actuate tokens, creating a self-sustaining educational ecosystem. Community empowerment. Our program empowers members with valuable skills in blockchain and DeFi, enabling them to leverage Actuate tokens for personal and professional growth. Here's how the Actuate blockchain and DeFi faucet works. Structured learning program. Over 4 weeks, participants delve into various aspects of blockchain and DeFi. Week 1, Introduction to Blockchain. Basics of blockchain technology, its history, and fundamental principles. Week 2, Introduction to DeFi. Essentials of decentralized finance, smart contracts, DeFi platforms, and applications. Week 3, Digital wallets and exchanges. Setting up and using digital wallets and trading on cryptocurrency exchanges. Week 4, Advanced DeFi concepts. exploring liquidity pools, risk management, and security in DeFi. Weekly interactive sessions. Every Saturday, we conduct interactive sessions blending lectures, discussions, and hands-on activities. Incentivized learning with Actuate tokens. Participants earn Actuate tokens for their engagement, providing practical experience in managing digital assets. Pathway to teaching. Graduates can become teachers, undergoing a brief training module and earning Actuate tokens for their contributions. The Actuate blockchain and DeFi faucet is more than an educational program. It's a catalyst for disseminating practical knowledge and fostering a community well-versed in digital innovations. Join us in shaping the future of blockchain and decentralized finance within the African context. Welcome to the Actuate Blockchain and Decentralized Finance Faucet, an innovative learn-to-earn program designed to educate and empower community members about blockchain technology and decentralized finance. Launched on December 2, 2023, this program incentivizes participants with Actuate tokens, or ACT, for their engagement and learning efforts. Our aim is to create a knowledgeable community proficient in blockchain and DeFi concepts, crucial in today's digital economy. Let's explore the key features of our program Educational Focus. We cover a comprehensive curriculum, including the basics of blockchain, principles of decentralized finance, use of digital wallets, navigating exchanges, and understanding liquidity pool. Recurring learning cycle. Our sessions are structured in a 4-week cycle with virtual learning lessons every Saturday, ensuring consistent learning. Incentivized learning participants earn Actuate tokens for completing lessons and demonstrating their understanding. This model motivates continuous learning and introduces practical use of blockchain tokens. Graduates of our program can transition into teaching roles, reinforcing their learning and educating new participants. Teachers also earn Actuate tokens, creating a self-sustaining educational ecosystem. Community empowerment. Our program empowers members with valuable skills in blockchain and DeFi, enabling them to leverage Actuate tokens for personal and professional growth. Here's how the Actuate blockchain and DeFi faucet works. Structured learning program. Over 4 weeks, participants delve into various aspects of blockchain and DeFi. Week 1, Introduction to Blockchain. Basics of blockchain technology, its history, and fundamental principles. Week 2, Introduction to DeFi. Essentials of decentralized finance, smart contracts, DeFi platforms, and applications. Week 3, Digital wallets and exchanges. Setting up and using digital wallets and trading on cryptocurrency exchanges. Week 4, Advanced DeFi concepts. Exploring liquidity pools, risk management, and security in DeFi. Weekly interactive sessions. Every Saturday, we conduct interactive sessions blending lectures, discussions, and hands-on activities. Incentivized learning with Actuate tokens. Participants earn Actuate tokens for their engagement, providing practical experience in managing digital assets. Pathway to teaching. Graduates can become teachers, undergoing a brief training module and earning Actuate tokens for their contributions. The Actuate blockchain and DeFi faucet is more than an educational
Yeah, so hello everyone, and welcome to our session, Blockchain and Decentralized Finance session. So today we're going to talk about smart contracts and the future of automated agreements in the Actuate ecosystem. So yeah, as we know, smart contracts are a key concept in the world of blockchain and decentralized finance. And even though that might sound a bit technical at first, but you can think about it like this. You can imagine a world where smart contracts execute themselves without any middlemen or delays, where trust is built into the system itself and they execute themselves they execute themselves, and where we can all interact with total transparency and efficiency. And that's what we are here to explore today, how smart contracts are changing finance and even everyday agreements. So as we dive into this, I want you to think about the endless possibilities that automation brings to decentralized finance. So it doesn't matter whether you're a developer, an investor, or you're just curious about blockchain. Tonight's session will give you insights into how these agreements work and their real world application and how they are shaping the future for global economies. So let's engage with the material and unlock the power of automated agreements. So in today's agenda, we'll have the topic presentation by our topic master, Anthony, and then we'll have comments from Dr. Masharia and a Q&A session, and then we'll have a presentation by Grace Njeri. Just a minute as I get our topic master. Sorry, as we're waiting for the topic master to join, we can just be discussing briefly about what smart contracts are. Uh, okay, so about smart contracts, they are automatic. As I've explained, smart contracts are automated agreements, and they are often referred to as smart contracts because they are self-executing, where the terms and agreements between a buyer and seller are directly written into lines of code. So these agreements automatically enforce, verify, and execute the terms once predetermined conditions are met. So some key components of smart contracts are smart contracts consist of code that defines the rules and penalties of the agreement alongside the data that serves as input. So this code runs on the blockchain and ensures the contract functions in a decentralized and tamper-proof manner. Uh, another key component is decentralized execution. So unlike traditional contracts which rely on intermediaries, maybe for example, lawyers or brokers to enforce the agreement, smart contracts operate on decentralized networks like Ethereum. So this means that there is no need for a third party to oversee or approve transactions. Another key component is they are immutable and transparent. So once a smart contract is deployed, it's nearly impossible to alter. Every transaction is publicly recorded on the blockchain, ensuring transparency and accountability for all parties involved. So how do smart contracts work? One, they need conditions and triggers. So smart contracts operate on an if-then basis. For example, if party A sends X amount of tokens to party B, then the contract releases the specified product or service. This automated nature removes the possibility of human error or delay. Next is escrow and automated payments. So smart contracts can function as digital escrow services, uh, which are funds that are held in the contracts until all agreed upon conditions are met, which ensures security for both parties in any transactions. And we see this in, for example, a decentralized exchange. I don't know if you can remember our session on exchanges where I showed you how to buy tokens from the Binance exchange. So what the Binance exchange does is that it holds funds until you pay, say, the seller that amount of money you had agreed on, and then the seller can now release the funds. That's what we refer to as an escrow. So some applications of smart contracts in decentralized finance, we have automated lending and borrowing. So smart contracts can automatically match lenders and borrowers and calculate interest and also enforce repayment terms. We have platforms like Avi and Compound, which operate in this way, where users lock their tokens into smart contracts and earn interest automatically. We also have decentralized exchanges. We have platforms, for example, Uniswap or even PancakeSwap, which use smart contracts to facilitate peer-to-peer token trading. These exchanges run entirely on code, eliminating the need for centralized intermediaries. Also, we have liquidity pools, which we have discussed. So smart contracts enable liquidity providers to contribute to pools on decentralized exchanges. So they earn fees automatically as trades are executed in the pool. We discussed this when I was showing you how to pair tokens in the liquidity pools in PancakeSwap, for example. Pairing your Actuate tokens with BNB. Yeah, you're setting uh, certain rules to your liquidity pools. For example, saying setting the price range, or even setting the amount of fees that you want, the percentage of transaction fees that traders need to pay to your liquidity pool when they swap tokens. Yeah, so those are examples of applications of smart contracts in decentralized finance. Some benefits of smart contracts are, as I mentioned, trustless transaction. So since the contract is executed automatically by the blockchain, you do not need to trust, people do not need to trust each other. They only need to trust the code. Another benefit is that we have lower costs. By eliminating intermediaries, smart contracts reduce transaction fees and other associated costs with enforcing agreements. So this means that you do not need to pay brokers or even lawyers or even, what you have even in the bank, the transaction fees. Smart contracts eliminate all those intermediaries. We also have speed and efficiency. The automation speeds up the process, executing transactions or conditions as soon as the criteria is met. So executing these contracts only takes a couple of seconds, yeah, as we saw with even creating liquidity pools. So lastly, we have global accessibility. So anyone with access to the internet and blockchain wallets can interact with smart contracts, making financial systems more inclusive. So it does not exclude people. It does not exclude anyone from accessing financial services. So whether you are in a remote area, you can be able to access financial services through through the blockchain wallets. Uh, and then we have some real-world examples of smart contracts. We have insurance claims. So we have some insurance companies that use smart contracts to automatically pay out claims when certain conditions are met. And we're also planning to do this with the, sorry about that. We're also planning to do this with the health insurance by creating like health risk pools. So what this means is that we'll be able to issue out funds from the health risk pools automatically using smart contracts. And then next we have real estate transactions. In real estate transactions, smart contracts can automate the transfer of ownership and payments once conditions are met, such as title clearances. If, once conditions are satisfied, for example, title clearances. And then we also have smart contracts can be used in supply chain management. So it can be used to track goods throughout the supply chain, automating payments once delivery is confirmed. Yeah, so what is the future for automated agreements? We can say that we are envisioning that smart contracts will increase or make possible interoperability and cross-chain smart contracts. So as blockchain ecosystems evolve, cross-chain smart contracts will become more prevalent. So this allows for assets and data to be exchanged across different blockchain networks, enhancing the functionality and scope of automated agreements. And also we have smart contracts for decentralized autonomous organizations, which we call DAOs. Yeah, the abbreviation DAOS, which rely heavily on smart contracts to enforce governance decisions, allocate funds, and more. As DAOs grow, smart contracts will play an even larger role in decentralized governance. And even in the future here at Actuate, we're planning that to give these people, to give power to the people by using smart contracts, so we'll be able to influence decisions using, smart contracts. So thank you very much for your attention. And I can see our topic master already joined. So Ronald, do you have anything to add?
I have less to add. Maybe if I just talk about what I was supposed to talk about today, the topic for today, if you don't mind, Madam Frida.
It's okay, go ahead. You're muted.
Sorry, I was opening the PDF for today. Today, we're driving into a powerful topic that's transforming the way we think about agreements, trust, and transactions. Smart contracts and the future of automated agreement in the Actuate ecosystem. In today's world, traditional contracts are the backbone of transactions. They rely on intermediaries, lawyers, banks, and notaries to inform agreements, creating delays, additional costs, and sometimes a lack of transparency. But imagine a world where contracts are self-executing, trust is embedded in the code, and agreements are fulfilled automatically without the need of middlemen. That's where smart contracts come in. Introduction to smart contracts. So what exactly are smart contracts? A smart contract is a self-executing contract with the terms of the agreement written directly into lines of code. They exist on the blockchain, and once the predefined conditions are met, the contracts automatically executes. There is no need for lawyers or third parties to intervene. Smart contracts guarantee transparency, immutability, and security. A great example is the Ethereum network, one of the first platforms to successfully implement smart contracts. Over Ethereum, smart contracts ensure trust, as once they are deployed, they can't be tampered with. This ensures agreements are followed to the letter. Secondly, how are smart contracts function in the Actuate ecosystem? Now, let's zoom in on the Actuate ecosystem. Here at Actuate, we envision smart contracts playing with a critical role in automating peer-to-peer transactions, community initiatives, and decentralized decision-making. For instance, imagine you're refunding a water regeneration project. A smart contract could automate payments, ensuring that funds are only released once specific milestones are achieved, without needing a central authority to improve the process. Or think about crowdfunding. We could create decentralized crowdfunding mechanisms where contributions are automatically released when predefined criteria are met, reducing fraud and increased trust. Even more exciting is how we can integrate these contracts with the Actuate token. This will streamline rewards distribution, project funding, and even validate transactions, ensuring the entire process is fast, secure, and efficient. Third, the benefit of using smart contracts. Now, why should we use the smart contracts? The benefits are immense. First, they provide speed. Transactions are executed automatically, saving time. Second, they offer cost efficiency. There is no need to pay intermediaries, which reduce overall costs. Third, that is security. Smart contracts are built on blockchain technology, meaning they're nearly impossible to alter once deployed. The immutability of the blockchain ensures that agreements are executed as intended, with no room for manipulation. In sectors like healthcare, smart contracts can automate insurance claims, drastically reducing the time taken for claims to be processed. In agriculture, they could be automated supply chain agreements, ensuring farmers receive payment once produce reaches the market. In finance, smart contracts can enable centralizing lending, allowing peer-to-peer loans to be made without a bank insight. The beauty of smart contracts is that they foster trustless agreements. Parties don't need to know or trust each other because the contract itself guarantees that once conditions are met, the agreement will be executed. The fourth is the real world application of smart contracts. And this isn't just theoretical. Smart contracts are already transforming industrial globally. In smart chain management, companies like IBM and Maersk are using blockchain to track the movement of goods from origin to destination. Insurance companies are using smart contracts to automate claim processes, reducing the need for adjusters and manual reviews. And in the world of decentralized finance, as a DeFi, platforms like Compound are allowing users to lend and borrow without needing a traditional bank. Within Actuate, we can use push these boundaries further. We can automatically communicate with the community governance, allowing decisions to be more collective through transparent voting mechanism. Payments for regenerative finance projects could be automatically triggered based on progress, ensuring funds are used effectively and efficiently. Represent the future of automated agreements that are faster, cheaper, and more secure. They have the potential to revolutionize not only the actual ecosystem, but industries worldwide. So today, whether it's automating peer-to-peer transactions, managing funding for community initiatives, or integrating with the Actuate token to transform how we collaborate. The future of decentralized, trustless systems is here. Let's seize the opportunity. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ronald, for that presentation. I'm inviting, if you have any questions on what we've discussed, feel free to post them on the chat box, or you can raise your hand and unmute. So I'm going to invite Dr. Masharia for additional comments. So Doc, you're welcome.
Right, additional comments. Wow, you guys have said everything about smart contracts. Hopefully, just confirm you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Okay, smart contracts. Thank you so much, Anthony. Thank you so much, Frida. By the way, for all those who do not know, is that life is built on contracts. All life is about agreements, agreeing with one another about something. That happens on the second day of creation, where the Genesis 2. Because if man was alone, just alone, there would be no need for agreements. With who will you be agreeing? Do you see that? Trouble happened. Imagine Robinson Crusoe. How many of you know Robinson Crusoe? Robinson Crusoe. He was this very adventurous man who ended up in an island all by himself. Robinson lived in an island by himself. In that island, there was no need for contracts because he was like Adam before Eve was made from the ribs of Adam, according to the Christian Bible. He lived there. He did not need to ask anybody any question. If he wanted to eat coconuts, he just jumped out on he climbed the coconut tree, and then he brought down the coconuts. He could eat all he wanted. And if when he gets hungry to eat some meat, nyama choma, and he sees a rabbit, he would go and capture it. Nobody would ask questions. And so he did not even need to put a fence. Even when he put his house, nobody asked him question. Like, okay, why are you building this house then? Trouble happened when another guy came in there, and it was called Friday. Now it's just, so I call upon you guys to read the story of Robinson Crusoe and Friday. Friday, when he showed up, now this begins to happen. Friday wants to eat the same coconut as Robinson Crusoe is eating, and then they have conflicts. Okay? And then Friday decided to get married. I don't know where he got his wife, by the way. I think these are the stories that we get. Where did the women come from? So Friday now he wants to expand his family. And so he before they were with just with Robinson Crusoe, so there was never any conflict. So they did not need to have any agreement. So the word agreement came along just because human beings were made more than one. Okay, when it became two human beings, then contract became necessary. So contracts. Now, how do we know whether whatever they're saying they have agreed is true? So in the traditional system, you need a third party. Somebody's to actually come and say that this contract is true because you guys have let's say a witness. In the world of Caesar, remember Caesar himself? Caesar required that, he's in charge. So people have to have a middleman. That person is called the middleman. So imagine when there was just Friday and Robinson Crusoe. Even if they agree that this coconut tree belongs to me and it belongs to Robinson Crusoe, and then it is in Robinson Crusoe's territory. And so Friday has been given a small piece of land. He has to plant his own coconuts. So if Robinson Crusoe was to enter into Friday's garden and start harvesting coconuts, then conflict arises because you cannot take Friday's coconuts. You cannot take property that belongs to somebody else. What I'm telling you is that the idea of property came to be just because there was more than one person. But even if to now know what is property itself, so the word property, private property, is something that belongs to someone. We know that something belongs to someone because there is the middle person, somebody in the middle who says, yes, this one belongs to Robinson Crusoe, and this tree belongs to Friday. Who is that? It's called the middleman. And that has been going on for years and years. So a nation like Kenya is a contract. We know that nation Kenya became a republic, so there's a contract document, which is known as the National Constitution, that defines the Kenyan, landmass and Kenyan population. And that determines the relationship between Kenya and Uganda and the relationship among the people of Kenya, Kenyan citizens. So they are defined therein. Also as a contract. Now, to take it down to the individual level, if you have mangoes and your neighbor wants mangoes, let's say somebody else comes in and wants to get your mangoes, he has to agree to pay you for those mangoes or reimburse you for the work because your mangoes are private property. And unless that person comes with sufficient grace to give to you, you're not going to give your mangoes away because you just like Friday, when he showed up, he was not just going to take coconuts belonging to Robinson Crusoe, unless he gave Crusoe something in exchange. We're talking about exchange of value. So the technology we use for exchanging value is called money. So money is a contract. Yeah, money is a contract for exchanging value. Value is privately developed, like the way you would grow your own potatoes. But then if somebody wants your potatoes, they have to give you money. Now we have struggled. Now remember, that's this money. People, it's a system of agreement, like we talked about the other day, a system of agreement for exchange of value. Now that value, in order for it to move from one person to another and to agree that, say, a bunch of papers known as Kenya shilling notes, but they're just bunches of papers. They're papers. But we agree that they have value. But what makes them agree? What makes us agree that they have value? A third person, which is called a central authority. The person who issues that money, called the central bank, or through the commercial banks, then because it goes, so there's a middleman. That middle person, the middleman is what makes us believe that this thing in the middle, this thing we are using for exchanging value, has got value in itself. See? So human beings have struggled with that question forever and ever since the second person appeared in Treasure Island, ever since Friday showed up. So property, for you to exchange property or you to own property, you have to go into a system of agreements. So traditionally, contracts requires other people called the middlemen. Even there were lawyers, there were banks, institutions. They came in the middle, and they because they have to be there, they have to eat. And so they have taken advantage of their position so badly that they have destroyed the whole system. The people who are just there to tell you that they are the ones, they are the custodians of trust. So what we are talking about is trusting, custodians of trust. So these are central bankers and the middlemen who you trust that the banknotes that you're going to receive are equivalent to the in value to the products that you're going to give away. Those trust people have become very greedy, that they start taking interest for the trust. Because of them, they actually charge you fees. So for example, if you want to send money just a few years ago through the bank from one country to the other, you have to do something called wire transfer. And I was inquiring the other day, if we need to do wire transfer from, say, Kenya to United States, one bank here in Boston is telling me that you have to pay $40. So $40 we are paying to the bank just because it is a bank, because it is a trusted third party. You see, what do you call that? That's just theft. They have not worked for that money at all. They have not contributed to anything. They just say, okay, we are trustworthy people, that if somebody deposits money in Kenya, I want to do a wire transfer to you, then they have to pay $40. The $40 is how many? That's 4,000 shillings. And that's what's the being. These are the traditional banks. But then when you come nowadays, there's even better systems like PayPal, which still are using centralized systems, but they still collect a lot of fees. So the struggle with the middle person keeps on going on, because those people have made it their business to take your money, yes, without giving you any value. They just take your money just because they say we are the ones in charge. Of course, it is written, give to Caesar what is due to Caesar, but those people have not done any work, so there's nothing due to them. So them collecting fees when they're pretending to give you service is called usury. It's just eating your money. But then it is not all doom, because we have smart contracts. It's automated, where we don't need a trusted human being. So smart contracts has trustless ways of exchanging value or exchanging agreements. So, and see, these smart contracts have become possible because of the blockchain. And they are very, very powerful, that you can have direct peer-to-peer, person-to-person exchange of value, like buying mangoes to another person. You can, that's called peer-to-peer, which is direct. You can have community level smart contracts, which is exchanging value to raise money for the communities without having to go through a centralized authority. And you have even lending systems, lending networks. So smart contracts have come at the advent of what? The Bitcoin itself, the first blockchain. And then Ethereum network, which is just a machine for smart contracts. And when Ethereum came around in 2016, we got a boom of smart contracts. And that's when we understood, because of Ethereum, we understood what property is all about. Private property is all about, because private property becomes private property because of agreement. And then you can get paid for the value of the properties that you hold. And so, see, the dilemma that would have faced Robinson Crusoe and Friday become resolved by the smart contract. So in terms like, you don't need a third person. So when Robinson Crusoe was struggling with Friday, who owns the coconuts now that we are here? They need another person, a third party. Now, in the days of Robinson Crusoe in that treasure island and Friday, all they needed was smart contracts, and they live happily ever after. But lucky for us, we are the age where smart contracts are available. So all we need to do is to agree to use them. And our plan is to use smart contracts very aggressively in the Actuate system itself. So Actuate itself is a smart contract. So everything that is built on the blockchain today is a smart contract. You see, other people like IBM and even Musk, they are using private smart contracts on the private blockchains to to execute their businesses without having to go through third-party verification system, which is extremely cumbersome and expensive. All right, I'll give it back to you, Frida, so that we can hear more from Grace about the summit. Thank you, Anthony.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Doc, for that, for those comments. So basically, as you've heard, money is not that piece of paper that you get, that 50 shillings note, or even that 100 shillings note. Money is essentially an agreement between two people. So anything can become money. And just like in the early days where you used to have people trading gold, yeah, they mostly consider that as money. And with this digital era, we can be able to form those agreements, which we are calling tokens. And as Doc has said, this automated token, these automated agreements are what we are calling smart contracts, and that's what the Actuate token is. Yeah, so the Actuate token is money. Okay, so I'd like to invite our next speaker, who is Grace Njeri, to give us some updates on the Actuate Summit and the web.
Thank you so much, Frida, and hello, everyone. As you've heard, my name is Grace, and I'm going to give you some website updates. And I'll be sharing my screen so that you can see the updates on the website. Okay, so I hope you can all see my screen. Yeah, this is our website, actuate.bio, and this is the Nairobi Summit page we are at right now. And so to our update this week is about the summit workshops. So as you can see, we have several buttons here. We have programs, attendees, sponsors, exhibitors, speakers list, poster competition. We have call for speakers, summit partners, and the last one here we have summit workshops. And if you need to get information about any of this aspects about the summit, you can just click in any of them and we'll get to learn more about the summit. Now, about the summit workshops, let us go to this page, the summit workshops. As you can see, we have several workshops for the summit. The first one is blockchain and DeFi workshop. The second one is biomedicine and translation science workshop. We also have environmental health workshop, health access workshop, food agriculture workshop, surgery workshop, water energy workshop, women's workshop, mental health workshop, and STEM knowledge translation workshop. So as you can see in all these workshops, we have a button at the end of each description that says learn more. So there's more information that you'll get to learn about this workshop by just clicking to that button. Like this one here, we have the blockchain and DeFi workshop, and it explains more about the blockchain and DeFi workshop. As you can see, we have some information here about the structure, the 4-day process. We have day 1 to day 3 creative process, and also we have day 4, the tangible outcomes. And also we also have a video here, a YouTube video that talks about the 4 days of profound networking opportunity. So in every of these workshops, we have such a page that has more information about it. And also, we also have the video. So at your own time, you can visit our website and be able to get to learn more about our workshops. Yeah, that's all. Back to you, Frida.
Okay, thank you very much, Grace, for those updates. I'm going to share the link to that video for the profound networking process. Make sure you watch it and know the whole process, starting from day 1 to day 4, what is going to be happening. And if you're there in the previous session, we say that each session is going to start with a keynote address from our speakers. We'll set the tone for the workshops. So it's going to be a wonderful process, and you do not want to miss that. And yeah, which will activate your creativity, and you'll be able to come up with solutions at the end of that workshop, and also be able to connect with organizations or people who are going to help you. So something else about the summit, we've been saying this, be sure to attend. We also have different opportunities. We have a poster competition which is ongoing. So you can go ahead and develop a poster and submit it through our website. And with that, we'll be able to go to the summit. And if your poster comes out as the best, you'll also be able to attend the the blockchain, the summit in Boston. So it's a wonderful opportunity. And also, we're also looking for sponsors. So you can go ahead and contact companies, and we have plenty of material for you to be able to present to those companies. Or if you need help, in maybe even talking to those companies, you can go ahead and contact us. Also, yeah, we're also looking for exhibitors. So if you know any company or even any organization that would like to exhibit their products on our summit, you can be sure to send them to us, or you can you can send them to us, and we'll be able to put them in the program, and they'll pay exhibition fee of $1,000. So I don't know if I've left anything out. Doc, if you have anything to add. Okay.
So, I always have a lot of things to add, but I think we have had a lot today. And I say that the workshop, besides listening to the video, watch that video very carefully about the workshop, because it describes the creative process that we talked about earlier today in the waters, in the water learn-to-earn session. So all workshop will go through that creative process, because we want to create the future we truly want. And in order for this to make sense to you, because you want it to make sense, I want to encourage you to read the works of Otto Scharmer in the book called Presencing. If you can, and I think we should just look for a video, because Otto Scharmer in the Presencing Institute at MIT has described this process very deeply, but there are videos on YouTube. Okay, so we should post a video on YouTube about the presencing, or the theory U itself. That's called theory U. Theory U is manifesting the future that you really want, bringing to the present the future that you truly want. And the secret that I want to reveal to you, if it's not been revealed yet, that secret is what the Holy Bible is all about. It's about bringing the future, bringing what's called heaven descending to earth. You see in Revelation 21, they said, and then I saw a new heaven and a new earth. And the new Jerusalem was descending like a bride. That process is not really, people don't comprehend it very well. It's how you manifest what you truly want. You bring that new heaven. What is in heaven is what you hope for. Okay? Heaven is your hope of grace. It's up there. But you have to bring it down to earth to manifest it. That process is very, very hard. As I said earlier on, there are 3 things that prevent you from getting there, which is what Peter was told. By the time the cock crows, you will have denied me 3 times. The 3 things that will inhibit you, even yourself, from participating in the summit. First of all, it's your own mind telling you that you can't. It's not the intelligence of the mind. Your own intelligence stops you. Your own intelligence of the mind inhibits your ability to make a decision to move forward. But the intelligence of the mind is the least of them all. There's much bigger intelligence, okay, that you need. It's called the intelligence of the heart, because the heart knows more than the mind. There is something that inhibits your heart from doing things you're supposed to do. Yes, that is known as the voice of cynicism. You become cynical about what you're supposed to do. As Frida said, you can actually manage to convince even companies to come in with you. But because your heart is cynical about the idea, you cannot see that. You get inhibited. That is the second denial. Is known as the voice of cynicism. Remember, the voice of judgment, the one that inhibits your intelligence of the mind, is the voice of judgment. You're judging, and of course it is written, judge not, or you shall be judged. So do not judge, and then do not be cynical about approaching others so that they can come with you. And when we mean others, we're talking about exhibitors, sponsors, colleagues, friends, others, so they can come with you. You can even be cynical about being able to afford because you are cynical. That inhibits your access to the intelligence of the mind. So watch Otto Sharma very well. But finally, the big one of them all, which is known as hell, the devil lives, is the voice of fear, that you become afraid of doing what you're supposed to do. Okay? You know exactly what you need to do, but you're afraid of doing it. You hesitate, you don't do it, you look back. Remember, if you look back, you turn into a stone of salt, like certain lady. All right? That's the message. Don't look back because you turn in salt. Then the salt can become worthless. Then it is not useful. All it's good for is for being trampled upon by feet. So, voice of fear is the one that inhibits your ability to gain access to the intelligence of the will. Because the will is the most powerful thing that says, I will do it. I will go to the summit. I will create the poster. I will create, I will come there with a sponsor. I will find an exhibitor. You see, when you're afraid, you cannot get there, no matter what you do. That is the largest of the enemies. Yeah, that largest of the enemy, in many ways, is called the devil or Satan. Don't be afraid, because why would you give that? So fear is the worst of them all. Okay, and that is the one that can inhibit from heaven descending into earth to manifest. So that you have the New Jerusalem. For those who aren't afraid, let's move forward. Let's bring all the people. And you can see first of all, that networking, I guess you have had a profound networking will only be meaningful for you if you are able to slay down those three enemies. Okay, those three enemies that bring denial: the intelligence of the mind, the intelligence of the heart, and the intelligence of the will. When now they are manifest, then you can go across the you to the ascending arm of the you, which the ascending arm of the you is when the future that you truly want becomes manifest. Yes. So all that is known as organization science, and is taught in leadership, so that people can understand what stops them from becoming successful. What stops you from, it's just those three voices: voice of judgment, voice of cynicism, voice of fear. And you do not want any of those things to reign upon you. Okay, that's why you have to slay them. That's why you want to come with a sword and cut them, cut all the attachment to fear, cynicism, or judgment, so that you can actually execute what you want to execute without any inhibition. In fact, when you do that, then you exercise what's called power. That's what power is all about. Power is not about money. Power is laying down all those things that cannot touch you. And when you do that, people start wondering, why is this one so powerful? Then they don't know that you're not afraid of anything because you can now execute your will. Then you say, may your will be done. All right? Your will gets executed because you are unafraid of any one of those things. So I think you look at the we want to continue adding material to the website so that it says so long as you go to the website, you study it closely, you're gonna find a lot of comforting information that you can share with other people. And exercise your goodness, exercise your greatness. Do not allow anything else to come between you and your goodness or your greatness. Okay? Yeah, become your friend. Allow no enemies. Allow no enemies to get into your system because they will just they'll tie you down. And besides, now you can see there's a lot of things to write about, create beautiful posters, come to present. And as I was saying earlier, this phenomenon is gaining momentum. The summit itself, even actually, with people asking, how do we participate? Where do we get those tokens? Yes. All right. Thank you so much. Back to Frida.
Okay, thank you very much, Doc, for that. And we've come to the end of our session today. So thank you very much, everyone, for being here and staying till the end. I look forward to seeing you next Saturday at 8 p.m. And yeah, as you know, this is the fourth session of our 11th cohort. So we've had 11, let's say, groups of people learning about blockchain and decentralized finance. So something else, if you'd like an opportunity to participate in teaching these sessions, you can go ahead and fill our form. So thank you very much, everyone, and have a great weekend. I'll be posting the attendance form on the chat box. Make sure that you fill it before you leave. Yeah, so
Bye, everyone.
bye, everyone. Yeah.